Ben Jamal, the director of the UK's Palestine Solidarity Campaign, or PSC, has been at the forefront of advocacy for Palestinian rights since 2016. His leadership has been pivotal during the organisation's protests, including marches in London demanding a ceasefire in Gaza, particularly since the outbreak of the war in October 2023. Under his direction, PSC has highlighted the plight of Palestinians under Israeli occupation and in exile, campaigning for divestment from companies complicit in the occupation, media accountability, and raising awareness about Palestine among the British public. His father, a Palestinian priest, met his mother in Nazareth. The rest of the family had been forced to flee their homes in West Jerusalem after the Nakba of 1948. The home of Ben's uncle, Anis, was scheduled to be the new residence of Israel's first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, before plans changed. Ben's new role at PSC brought him back in touch with his Palestinian roots. However, it has also created challenges, as the group has come under fire from the UK government. Former Home Secretary Suella Braverman has called the rallies hate marches, while former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak tried to cancel a protest held on Armistice Day in November 2023. But the biggest challenge came on Saturday, the 18th of January, when police arrested 77 people at a pro-Palestine protest that had been organised months prior.
Just before Christmas, the police said, would you consider another route? And we said, what are you talking about? We've done a deal, we've announced it. What's the problem? They said it's going to disrupt the Jewish community. So what the police said was pretty extraordinary. What they said was, we don't have to have evidence. If people tell us they feel harassed, then we have to deal with that. So we clarified this with the police yesterday. We said, let's be clear on our understanding. What you are effectively saying to us is that the people who want to protest for Palestinian rights can no longer do so at the BBC on a Saturday. Anybody else can go there and protest on any other cause. If I want to organise a pro-Israel demonstration, I can go to the BBC on a Saturday with no restrictions. Uniquely, the one cause that you cannot go and protest, according to the police, on a Saturday at the BBC is for the rights of the Palestinian people to be recognised, and right now for a genocide to be ended. That's an extraordinary situation.
The troubles Ben faced did not stop at organising the protest, but conducting it. Since then, the police has provided an overview of events that seems to be out of line with the footage shown. In his speech at the protest, Ben Jamal called for a small group to walk to police lines and ask to lay flowers at the BBC. If the police blocked them, he said, they should stop and lay flowers at the feet of the police.
We will carry with us flowers that we intend to lay at the gates of the BBC to protest at their failure to report the truths of genocide and to mark the cost in Palestinian lives of that failure. Now, when a ceasefire is about to be called, they want to distract attention from their shame by creating scenes of disorder on the streets. We will not give them that victory. So we will walk peacefully. We will walk in silence. If the police stop us, which they probably will, we will lay those flowers at the feet of the police force to mark their complicity in supporting genocide by suppressing protest against that genocide.
Once they arrived at the police line and asked to lay the flowers, the police eventually beckoned them through. The group then approached the second police line at Trafalgar Square, where they were refused permission to move further. When chief steward of the protest, Chris Nineham from Stop the War, asked permission again, he was then arrested by police. At that point, Ben called for the public to disperse, which they soon did. Despite this, Ben and Chris have been charged over their leadership of the protest and are set to appear before a court.